And welcome to part 2 of Mega Man Xtreme 2. And we just found a Dr. Light Capsule. Take this body upgrade. This upgrade will increase your defensive ability. Utilizing the energy from damage, you can unleash the Giga Crush. I never really unleashed it ever, but hey, we got it. But it makes our defense a little better, which is always great. There are Dr. Light Capsules in every level. Every level. Even Zeros. Zero can get upgrades from Dr. Light as well. This is probably the only game that did this, aside from Mega Man X5, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Point is, it's very peculiar that Dr. Light would leave upgrades for Dr. Wily's robot, you know? So we'll just ignore that, but nevertheless, there's a Light Capsule in every level, and we're gonna want to pick those up. If you're at if you're at a Zero level and you're X, you can't use the Dr. Light Capsule. And if you're Zero in an X level, you won't be able to use it either. So basically, if you want the capsule to work, you have to switch to the character who's meant for it, and then go into the capsule, and you'll get it. Because they both have their own specific capsules. I don't remember if the capsules are blue and red, or if they're just blue and red because you're blue or red. Because they have this weird color scheme thing where, like... Because you know the Game Boy Color palette, whatever character you are, everything will be blue, and everything else will turn red as soon as you go back to Zero. But, you know, that's just the limitations of the Game Boy Color and its weird color scheme. Nevertheless, we have just made it to Launch Octopus, and not Launch Octopus I wouldn't take on normally with Mega Man X. Instead, I'm going to start the fight off with Zero, and I gave him the Zero Saber +1 upgrade to make him stronger, which is always swell. Because 2 guys are better than 1. You can switch them out during the boss fight, which is always swell. It might make the game a little bit easy, but hey, I'd rather have it easy than not win, you know? So basically, you just, and also, whoever kills the Maverick in the level gets his special upgrade. Because this is X's level, I want X to have the upgrade, to keep everything fair and balanced. It doesn't really matter in the end run, I don't need Launch Octopus's weapon at all, I probably never use it. But, you know, I just want to keep things consistent. Certain Mavericks, I'll definitely need their power-up to get to certain Dr. Light Capsules, but other than that, though, it doesn't really matter, I just feel right giving this upgrade to X. So we get the Massive Tornado? Mighty Tornado? Whatever the M stands for, I'm not sure. Basically, we just create a tornado at the top and bottom of us. It can especially weak Flame Mammoth, but we're not going to go for him. Instead, we're going to go to a Zero level this time, and we're going to go to Overdrive Ostrich. The tornado is pretty shitty. You have to be, like, really close to the guy to even hit him, because it only goes directly above and below you, so I wouldn't rely on it that much. It's kind of a useless ability. Overdrive Ostrich's stage is not like his Super Nintendo counterpart, so this is going to be completely new. We start off with a jet bike. You have to push the B button on the jet bike to make it create this beam blade thing in front of it and just, you know, take out enemies that you're driving into. It's awesome stuff. His upgraded Z-Saber is so damn mighty. Like, he just cuts down enemies like it's no problem at all. The wind gusts that are all over this place, they can kill you in one shot, and you know, dying is not exactly something we want. If you can't see them right now, it's probably because of the limitations of my recorder and the flickering sprites can't be shown or whatever. Actually, I don't even know if it's a recorder, I think it's just Windows Movie Maker that does that. Windows Movie Maker is not very good. But I'll bear with it. Nevertheless, just know that the wind tunnels are turning on and off, and I am dodging them as best as I can, because again, if they hit you once, you're dead. At this letter, double dash, Zero can air dash right from the get-go. Just double tap the jump button to do so, and you'll reach this ladder, which will take you to a new Dr. Light upgrade, which will allow you to crush certain blocks with your head. Is it ever useful at any point in the game? I don't think so. Nevertheless, there it is. To be honest, I'm not sure what most of Zero's parts do. I know they say they break certain blocks, but I have no clue what blocks they're talking about. Maybe the blocks in X's levels? Regardless, this is the other jet bike sequence, and you can actually get a heart tank somewhere around here. But you have to have good timing, and it's right here. Jump in the hole, and boom! It takes a lot of practice to get that heart tank. I must have screwed up that jump like 10 times before I actually got it. But there it is. Again, split the heart tanks across from X and Zero because you're going to want them all to have good health for the final level in the game. Normally I'd love to rely on just one character and make his health the highest, but then when that second character is so weak, well, the final battle is going to be a pain in the ass. But I'm giving too much away. Overdrive Ostrich, I'm going to start off with X so that I can save Zero the damage, obviously. He's pretty simple, though. You can jump over him rather easily. He has that little boomerang thing where he jumps in the sky and then boomerangs fall down from the sky and hurt him pretty badly. And Overdrive Ostrich shouldn't give you too much trouble. As always, whoever gets the finishing blow gets his special ability, so I'm going to bring out Zero for the last couple of swipes. And boom, I get his ability. Zero has powers a lot differently than X does. Zero actually gets new abilities and new moves to pull off, and he can do them infinitely, unlike X. So Zero gets a little dash attack that lets him slide and attack enemies really well. And here's some plot.
They have been very entertaining.
It is unwise to allow them to act on this island. They should be terminated immediately.
Not yet. I want the data on the Maverick Hunters. The more they fight, the stronger they would become. Thus better data would be acquired.
We have acquired enough DNA souls. We don't need any more.
You must have noticed how dangerous it is to fight both of them at the same time.
True. It is too dangerous to fight them at once.
Let's enjoy watching them for a while. One of the Guardians may get lucky and destroy them.
It is very unlikely, but if you say so.
I can hardly wait to meet them. Hee.
Sorry, that's what I imagine she sounds like. You all know she does. So I'm just taking turns between X and Zero. Again, I'm not going in any specific order. The only order I'm going in is to make the light capsules and heart tanks easier to get, so that I don't have to backtrack too much. And, you know, I wanted to do it in the order so that I play an X level, then I play a Zero level, then I play an X level, then I play a Zero level. It doesn't really matter to me, because weaknesses, they don't matter in this game, trust me. The powered-up X-Buster and the powered-up Zero Saber, it just makes the game so damn easy. And again, this is Extreme mode, which I think is harder than the normal modes, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Surprisingly, Volt Catfish's stage is actually Toxic Seahorse's stage from X3. Yeah, the water's blue and not green, but literally it's the same layout, the same, hidden walls and stuff. It's pretty peculiar. I'm not sure if that's actually Toxic Seahorse's music, too. I think it's Volt Catfish. Either way. The water obviously pushes you, which makes this, which made me shooting these bats rather tedious, and I had trouble doing so. It was also because my D-pad was a little bit stuck. Usually it's easy for me to turn, but I was pushing the D-pad and nothing was happening, and I was getting a little nervous here. But, you know, it's no real struggle. Keep climbing up the waterfall to find X's Dr. Light Capsule. Enter this capsule! Take this leg upgrade. The upgrade will enhance your mobility and enable you to dash while jumping. You'll also be able to dash upward. So you can air dash just like Zero can. X couldn't do it originally, but Zero can right from the get-go. So when you jump, just push A again, and you'll dash forward. And if you hold up when you're doing it, you'll dash upward. It's good to have an air dash, because it can really make speeding along the game a lot easier, because in the Super Nintendo games, you have a dash button, which is specific, you know? You push the right button, and he dashes, and that's great. In the Game Boy Color games, you have to double-tap the button to actually dash anywhere. And, you know, double-tapping can be really hard to do sometimes. You might accidentally fling yourself off a cliff, and that's not always good. But, see you in Part 3.